Welcome to Dear Ijay. This is where we add value to your spirit, body, mind, and soul. Join us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember, no pretense, no judgment. This is how it works. People write about a problem. We share a summary of their writing and try to help them with suggestions. I am a trained psychologist, and combined with human experience, I hope to be of help. Let's go there. So today, we are reading, this came from Victory. It says, Dear Ijay, when I was young, I would always hear people say, forgive and forget. As an adult, I have found it difficult to forgive, let alone forget. I have tried everything, and the worst part is that I am your perfect church girl. I'm your typical church woman. I'm your typical perfect Christian. But little do people know that I find it difficult to forgive and forget. I need help. If you have something you can tell me that I have not tried on how to let go and to forgive before we talk about forgetting, I would really appreciate it. I need to learn how to let go of hurt, pain, frustrations, and disappointments. I find myself holding on to them and building mansions in my head about them. I know it's not healthy, but I don't know what to do to help myself. I am listening and listening keenly. Thank you. I'm Victory. Victory, what a name, Victory. I feel like I need to sing with this name. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing. When I read what you wrote through email, I was so excited and I felt privileged to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness perhaps is one of the most toxic pills that we take as human beings. And when we take them, we don't even realize how poisonous it is. Somebody upsets you, you hold on to it to the point where you're saying you won't let go. But the thing and the person you're saying you won't let go has gone already. Most offenders don't stick around to know if you forgave them or not. Even after an apology, most of them will feel like, oh, I've already apologized, so what else? Am I going to kill myself? But there you are, Victory, pondering upon it, digging your own grave with it. Sorry to say, because the stress of unforgiveness is unestimable. The stress of it, the emotional baggage it creates is unbelievable. So this very deeply honest and courageous confession of yours, Victory, is a sign of great spiritual and psychological maturity to even recognize the gap between your external persona of a perfect Christian and your internal struggle with unforgiveness. Not everybody can make that confession, so congratulations. Please understand that forgiveness is a process. Again, I repeat, it is a process. It is not even a feeling. Neither is it a destination. It is a process that starts first with you deciding to forgive. It's a decision. It's a choice you make. And in making that decision, you do not need to wait for an apology. That's the mistake a lot of people make. If you wait for an apology in order to forgive, that means you have put the power in the hands of someone who may not have the capacity to release you of your prison. So take unforgiveness as a prison, and you're waiting for somebody to take the key from your hand and then unlock the prison for you. It doesn't quite work that way. Do not wait for an apology in order to forgive. The apology may never come. Have you thought about the fact that some people wait for apologies because they say that's the closure they are looking for? Your closure can never come from the same source that caused you pain. It can never come from the same source that caused you frustration and disappointments. No, it comes from within. You are the one that will even have to accept an apology, because sometimes people apologize and somebody will say, I don't accept the apology. So it's not the apology that is the thing, it's the choice. You choose to forgive. Also, when you're talking about the path of forgiveness, psychological strategies that are key to doing that is to shift your focus from the offender to your future. From the offender to your future. You don't have control over the offender, but you have control over where you put your attention. If you put your attention to the person who hurt you, you will never heal, let alone forgive. It doesn't work that way. If you have given power, your power, over to someone else. I repeat, once you're dealing with unforgiveness, you have empowered your offender. So shift it to your future. Also, reframe forgiveness as self-interest. Not that you're doing the offender a favor. I think that's oftentimes where people get stuck. They think they're doing their offender a favor by forgiving them. No, you're doing it for your best interest. Remember, you said you're a Christian. First of all, if you're going around with unforgiveness, it is impossible to love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. Unforgiveness is cancerous to the soul of any spiritually grounded person. It doesn't even matter the religion. So switch it. It's for your own best interest. It's not a favor to the offender. Now, what you need to ask yourself, what specific thing does anger or hurt cost you in life? Or even today, ask yourself today, what exactly does anger, frustration, or that tension or malice, what exactly are you buying with it? What has it cost you? It's either bringing an advantage or a disadvantage. There's no in between. And if you do take a proper stock, the person or the thing that you're not forgiving, who is it stressing? Is it stressing the person you haven't forgiven, who maybe even doesn't even know that they are unforgiven? You're the one that is labeling yourself as having not forgiven. Your offender might have said sorry, and then inside you're saying, which kind of sorry? I will show you pepper. Your whole focus is on that person instead of on your own healing. Forgiveness is a personal emotional release. You choose to release yourself from prison. Practice self-compassion and validate the pain that you're feeling by letting go. It makes you feel like you're in control. If you can let go of the pain, it means that you're in control of the pain. If you're waiting for somebody else that you're not forgiving to do that for you, then you can wait for eternity, because that person may never, ever even have the maturity or the insight to come back to apologize. You need to let go. Letting go is like putting Band-Aid on a wound and waiting for it to heal, because you have already put some medication, some ointment of joy, some ointment of understanding, some ointment of healing, and then you just Band-Aid it because you know over time you're going to be healed. Again, letting go is a choice. You can also decide to mourn the loss, because sometimes our unforgiveness comes from a place of disappointment. So you're disappointed at your friend. You're now finding out, this person is not as perfect as I thought. You're disappointed at your parent, your sibling. They're not as nice as I used to. You need to let it go. Another one is self-forgiveness. Sometimes we are not forgiving other people because we are angry at ourselves for making the wrong choices. I know a friend of mine some years back. She might be watching this and she'll know I'm talking about her. She said she was angry at God for allowing her be married to her husband at that time. I said to her, well, how can you be mad at God? I'm sure God gave you so many signs then not to make that decision, but you made that decision. You need to take back control of your life and say to yourself, I forgive myself for choosing to marry this person with the limited knowledge and maturity I had at that time. You made the best decision for that time of your life. Now that there's tension, there's anarchy, there's chaos, you cannot go back and start being angry and not forgiving yourself and transfer it to God, transfer it to your mother who recommended this person you married. You're looking for excuses. Start by forgiving yourself. Victory. Your inability to forgive other people is a sign that you have a difficult time forgiving yourself. Practice self-forgiveness. It helps. The mansion you are building is a collection of reinforced thoughts and narratives. Those are things you tell yourself. You can build a different type of mansion if you choose to. I always talk about it on Dear Ijay, the importance of self-talk. Talk to yourself about the new things you want to be focused on. Talk to yourself about your psychological outlook. Nobody else is going to do that for you. Change your narrative. Your emotions, if they're irrelevant to your peace, get rid of them. Change them. If unforgiveness is not giving you peace of mind, you must change. And that change is a decision you have to make. I can't make it for you. Nobody can make it for you. You just have to choose to do better. Having said all that, while you're seeking for guidance, also consider counseling. Maybe that will be more helpful. The conflict you're feeling is because your outward person of Christianity does not match your inward conflict or inward value of unforgiveness. To reconcile the two of them, you have to make a decision for that change. And that goes for any type of change you want to make. First, you recognize it, which you've done. So I congratulate you, Victory, because you've recognized that you need help. You recognize that it is a problem. The next is you have to make a set of decisions. One of which is that you have to decide to think differently, talk differently, and act differently. Once you make that decision, you come up with a plan of how to enforce it. You come up with a plan of how to manage your excesses, your emotions. And trust me, over time, you look back and say, I cannot believe that I've become this new person. People can't change. People do change, but they choose when and how they're going to do it. Based on all of that, I hope I've been helpful, Victory. And I want to thank you again because unforgiveness is something, I'm sure we're going to revisit it during the course of our exchange. I hope to start inviting guests to my podcast. When I do, I'll definitely want to invite someone who will also offer alternatives to how to deal with unforgiveness. Having said that, please like, share, and subscribe to Dear Ijay on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember, be healthy, be happy, and please keep it positive. Until next time, that's it from me. Take care.